Welcome to another episode of the Carlito Monroe Show. I'm your host, Carlito Monroe. I got my social media at the bottom. All of them are the same. Carlito Monroe Show. Shout out to the truck drivers. It's been reports that the diesel fuel is going to be going up. So hopefully the government can come in and work that all out. From what I understand, we might start having a shortage of different things in the store, so stock up on your tissue and different things like that. But I'm gonna try to make this show short and not just run on. It's been reported that the rapper Takeoff was shot and killed at a bowling alley in Houston. I'm gonna read more about it because I'm not real sure about the different details what they said, but the claims were that it was over a dice game. But I'm gonna read this here. I was looking at it earlier, and this is coming from TMZ. Takeoff, 1/3 of the Migos is dead after early morning shooting in Houston. Law enforcement sources and multiple witnesses tell us that the fatal incident happened around 2:30 a.m. That's when cops got called for a man shot at the bowling alley called 810 Billiards and Bowling in Houston. We're told that Takeoff and Quavo, they were both playing dice when an altercation broke out, and that's when someone opened fire shooting Takeoff, either in the head or near his head. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Footage was obtained from the scene, and you can see Quavo in an orange shirt and the others gather around Takeoff. At first, they tried to move him, but then put him back down, and Quavo yelled for someone to get help. Police tell us 2 other people were shot and were taken to the hospital in private vehicles. It's unclear what their conditions are. Quavo was not injured. Just a couple of hours before shooting, Takeoff posted a selfie from the bowling alley. Quavo had posted videos earlier that night, driving around Houston with Jazz Prince, who was celebrating his birthday. Takeoff, whose real name is Kurskin Kahari Ball, was the youngest member of Migos. Quavo was his uncle and Offset his cousin. They came together as a group in 2008 in Georgia, and before multi-platinum hitmakers, dropping their first major hit, Versace, in 2013, they would hit #1 on the Billboard in 2016 with Bad and Bougie. Most recently, Quavo and Offset had a project as a duo, Unc and Few. Oh, I guess the Few was for nephew. They had just released their latest music video, Messy, on Monday. Takeoff was only 28 years old. This story is still developing. I didn't realize he was that young, to be 28 years old. He hadn't even reached 30. I don't know his marital status or if he was married or whatever the case is, but from what I can speculate, he was rich. He was a young guy. He had money, so he's probably lived his life, probably had a pretty full life, to be a young guy. I'm sure he was able to be with pretty much any woman he wanted to be with, live nice and live good as far as, whatever that definition of living good or nice is. I think it's a sad situation for a guy so young. Makes you think of the PNB Rock guy, him getting killed. It leads me to believe just to be a rapper is dangerous now. I remember at one point to be a rapper was probably every young man's dream, but now it's like it's become dangerous. It's one thing to be rich. There's no reports, at least that I've heard of any like executives that are just as rich that get millions of dollars in bonuses that are worried about getting shot in drive-bys or getting shot in dice games or just getting robbed or different things like that. I mean, it was the recent events with the Speaker of the House. Her husband got hit in the head with a hammer, but that, I mean, that's a whole nother report. But but you really don't hear that kind of thing going on other than street people, street guys that sell drugs and hustle or whatever, and then rappers. So it's almost like rappers are still in the same category as the street guys, but they're making so much more money than these street guys. But then they still want to make the money and still want to play, shoot craps and play dice or whatever. Now I've done this myself when I was younger, and I've been robbed at least 2 times that I can remember. Maybe even been 3 or 4. But at one point, it seemed like that was just part of it. That you go play crap, you go shoot craps, you play a dice game. It's a chance that it's going to get robbed. That was just like understood. Especially if it was a dice game that was with people that you don't know. If it's somebody somebody you don't know, the chances of it getting robbed or the game getting broken up is a high chance of that. Of somebody getting killed in the process, I'm not sure how common that is. I don't, the games that got robbed that I was a part of, that no one got killed. I remember a guy getting hit in the face with a pistol, but that was because he resisted. He didn't want to just let the money go. He said extra things that I could vividly remember him saying, you take my money, you might as well kill yourself because I'm gonna hunt you down. And then the guy, smacked him across the face with the gun. Now, I don't know what happened from that. I don't know if later on the guy that got hit in the face with the gun ended up catching up with the guy that hit him. But I just remember him saying that, and the guy hit him across the face with the gun. And that reminded me never to say anything. If you're getting robbed, give them whatever you got. If you get shot anyway, I mean, that's, those were in the cards for you. That is just your time. But, and this is just speculation from my part. You have 2 guys playing dice. It's Takeoff and Quavo. They're playing dice with whoever else. Now, I don't know if somebody did a crooked bet or someone changed the bet or something while they're playing, and then, they pull their gun and then they decide to rob the game, or somebody saw them playing and said, hey, there's Quavo and Takeoff over there, and there's a lot of money in that game. I'm just going to rob the game. And if I was to guess at it, it's just a speculation. It was somebody that wasn't involved in that game. It was somebody that saw the game going on, and they decided, like, yeah, I'm going to shake this game. And it may even been one person that's involved in playing the game that was in on it with the person who robbed the game. That happens also. But it's a sad thing. My condolences to his real name his last name is Ball. So my condolences to the Ball family and the Migos, and I know it's going to affect them, the family and the group, with a remaining member of the group or members. It's going to affect them a lot, and yeah, it's a sad situation. But it's just becoming where rappers is just a dangerous job now. And especially with the rappers that are claiming the street thing. It's so many of them claiming the street thing and telling people to pull up, and they have beef with other rappers because the other rappers might be in a part of a different gang or a different neighborhood. And it just becomes this whole thing of I guess, I don't know if they're looking at it as respect, or they're just, just you don't talk about me, pull up, I'll shoot you, I'll do this and do that. And they're saying it in their music, and they're saying what they do to people in their music and what they can do and what they will do. And it's just becoming more and more dangerous. And, I think I saw a video recently with I think it's Little Baby. It was two babies. I don't know. It's Dub Baby or Little Baby. I think it was Little Baby though. He's got like twisties or something in his hair. I think it's Little Baby. And on that video, he was playing craps like in his old neighborhood or whatever. And they had the camera there watching him. But I'm thinking like, why are you rich playing craps with the hood guys who may have, a level of wealth themselves, street wealth, but because there was a lot of money down there and they were rolling dice. And I'm looking at like, those are the kind of games that get robbed. The ones that's on the street, the ones that's in, on the side of somebody's house, these are different places crap games are played. I've been in a crap game. The first, matter of fact, that, I'm going to talk about the first crap game that got robbed I was in. It's a friend of mine I used to work with. So we shooting dice over here. And I didn't know any of these people. But hey, dice is dice. And I wasn't even that good at it. I knew the rules, but I used to lose a lot anyway. I was really there just to fatten the pot. So we go to his house and it was in his basement. So we rolling the dice, playing. I'm losing. And then, there was probably 8, 9 people, playing and rolling and betting. And then there's side bets going on. So there's a lot of money moving around. And I'm saying a lot of money. It wasn't thousands of dollars, but it was hundreds. And then the one guy, it broke him. He lost his money. He left out. So when he left out, I didn't think nothing of it. He was out of money. He left out. I figured once I'm out of money, I'll be doing the same thing. So I'm still playing. I end up winning a little bit. Then I'm losing, winning, losing. It's kind of going back and forth for me. But I'm there for hours on end. Next thing I know, that guy who lost came back. When he came back with an extra guy. And then I remember my friends like, yo, you back? You must have had to go to the bank, get you some more money. And then the guy just said, yeah, your money. And then he pulled out a gun. And then his buddy that was with him pulled out a gun. Now, they were waving the guns. They weren't like pointed on one person. Matter of fact, the one guy was pointed at my buddy direct. The other guy he had 2 pistols actually, and he was kind of waving like so he can shoot anybody who moved. And I remember thinking like everything kind of went in slow motion for me. And I remember feeling like, is this real? Because, you heard about him and you've seen it in movies and different things like that, but you just think like, man, this is not real. But I didn't move. And it's like, yeah, give it up, empty your pockets, give it all up or whatever. And I remember, just from experience in playing dice, never always have all your money on you. Put, whatever money, leave some in the car or put some in your sock. So if it does get robbed, they only get that, and you're not completely broke. Not to leave the place, you're not completely broke. And so I still had money in my shoe, and it was in my sock, but it was in my sock on the heel of my sock. So, and I guess they knew about that because when they shook us down, they went in your pockets, pull your thing up, went down in your sock, feeling around. They like take your shoes off, took your shoes off. They checking your shoes, but my money was actually on the heel of my left. My money was in my sock on the heel of my left foot. And then, they just didn't check that. They checked the top part of the socks and checked the shoes and pull people's soles out of the shoes. They didn't pull the sole out of my shoes, but I seen them do it to other guys' shoes. And so they didn't get my money. They didn't get all of it, but they got what was in my pocket and what was the game. And I bet it was $600-700 out there. So they got that, and then they left out. Now this was this guy's house. His girlfriend was upstairs with his kids, and there's a robbery going on in the basement. And then he's looking at it like it's disrespectful for this guy that he knows to rob him, to rob this dice game at his house. And, but he didn't do anything. Guy left out of it. He didn't even say anything, which that was a lesson too, because that wasn't a game where the other game is when the guy got hit in the face with the gun. But this one, my buddy, he didn't say anything. And then they left on out and they were gone. And then, it was just a lot of cursing going on. And, he knew the guy. And it was just crazy that he knew the guy because I was wondering, like, man, is he going to do something to this guy? or say something to him, or or something. But as far as I know, nothing happened. I don't remember. I never even seen that guy again from that point. So, but yeah, dice games are dangerous within itself. But I'm thinking rap career is just a dangerous thing now. I'm led to believe if you're a rapper, you need to just tell anyway. You know what I mean? It's one thing. It's snitching is not the same as it was in my day. Snitching in my day, if you found snitching, something would happen to you. I think snitching now, people are so scared to they don't want to go to jail or anything, so they're not snitching anymore. I mean, doing anything about they're not doing anything to someone that snitches on them. They're not doing anything about it now. So, yeah, man, to be a rapper is just really dangerous. It's I mean, some of this stuff you would like to think that you could probably avoid. I would think if I was a rapper, I wouldn't even play craps. And if I played craps, it would be at a casino because they have casinos where you can play craps. It's not street craps. They don't have the little dice. They have these huge dice. But go in a casino and play. Why is he doing this at a bowling alley in Houston? They're from Georgia. He's in Texas. Playing craps with. I imagine it's people that he didn't know. But I'm not going to point the finger or say what could have been done better or whatever. It's a sad day in hip hop. In my opinion, as far as current hip hop goes, those that they had songs that I actually liked. They had songs that I would listen to, or not had, or have songs that I would listen to. Yeah, condolences to his family, and it's a sad thing. The young guy, you expect people to, live and die and live a full life. At the bare minimum, get 80 years out of their life. That's what I expect, at least 80 years. But it's a sad thing. Hopefully, they find out who did it. Right, from the reports that I've read, they have no anything. The video footage is not a clear footage of anybody. They right now the policemen they don't have anything. They don't have anything. So this person may get away with it. But hopefully somebody comes forward. Because with all these people around, they should have saw something. Somebody should have saw something. Like, hey, that's Jimmy that lives down the street. I'm gonna tell the police because this man is innocently killed. While playing dice. What did he do something to the person? Who knows? Who knows what it is? But it's all speculation at this point. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's Carlito Monroe. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And as this story develops, I'm going to do more reporting on it with more information on it. It's your boy, Carlito Monroe.